Okay, here's an interesting one. Duchy Originals Organic Ale, okay? Duchy Originals is a company that was started by His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, i.e. Prince Charles, okay? This is a company that is based around producing, selling products that are organic, okay, totally organic. So they don't only make their own products, they also license other, take other products and sell them, okay? And the whole idea is, you know, to sell organic products, and the profits go back into the charities of His Royal Highness. Now, I'm not a big fan of the monarchy. I think they're an outdated bunch of inbred fucking idiots. That there's no use for them, but I can definitely get behind charities. So all the most of the profits for this go to a good cause, at least, okay? So another interesting fact is that although this is the Duchy Originals recipe, it is actually brewed by the Witchwood Brewery, who make incredibly excellent beers. So I have high hopes for this one. So we'll get right to the review now and see how it goes. Oh yeah, by the way, it's 5% ABV, okay? Okay, we're back with Duchy Originals. I'm not sure if the company is based in the actual Duchy of Cornwall, where the Prince of Wales gets all of his income from.
Well, yeah,
Okay. So we'll take a look at it now, right here. Very reddish amber sort of ale. Nice little head going on. Not even really a finger, more of a 3/4 of a finger of a head. Might stay, at least put a nice little decent cap on the beer, but sort of doubting it. Might leave some good lacing. Typical kind of thing with most British ales, anyway. So we'll go right into the aroma now. A lot of caramel malts coming right up. Mostly caramel malts is what I'm getting. Sort of floral too. Sort of a typical kind of British pale ale sort of smell. Wouldn't quite say it's as extreme as, say, an ESB, but it's somewhere around there. Okay, so we'll go right to the taste test now. It's sort of similar to an ESB in its smell, but we'll give it a taste now, see how that goes. Very chewy. It's definitely got some body to it. More caramel. Very very distinct little bit of bitterness at the end. Dare say there's some sort of dark fruits sort of popping up here. But mostly it's just, there's really a really nice, perfect balance, transition from the initial sweetness of the caramel right to the bitterness at the end, and the bitterness is nice. Nice dry kind of bitterness. It's probably the nicest tasting organic beer I've ever had so far. Kind of toasty bitterness at the end. Almost kind of a bready, kind of toasty bitterness. Nice, really nice. That's really nice. That is really nice. I don't know if I'd go go so far as to call this a session beer. That bitterness is actually fairly sharp. Might be a bit much for just sort of easy drinking. It's kind of a sipper, really. Definitely not a guzzler. It's a bit rich for a session brew. But maybe that's just me. I'm sure British drinkers are more accustomed to drinking something this bitter, as far in just in the context of a session brew kind of thing. But it's almost ESB-like, but it's not. It's not as sweet and fruity up front as an ESB. Which is kind of, and it's weird. An ESB, what the striking quality of an ESB is how well balanced it is. You get the bitterness and you get the sweet malts up front, and it's a perfect transition. Same thing here, but the actual sweetness of the malts, the sort of fruity character, isn't as strong or pronounced, but somehow it still works, even with the bitterness definitely being stronger. Very unique, very nice. I'd have to give this, I dare say, a 4 out of 5. That's an excellent bitter. So, hey, Duchy Originals. Duchy Originals Organic Ale. 4 out of 5.